Hey guys, Irit here with another process video, and this one is in my art journal. Now, I looked everywhere for the footage of how I got to this point, and I don't know, either I didn't record it or I lost it, so I'm really sorry. It started with just playtime in my journal. I actually printed a photo from Pixabay where you can find like royalty-free and available for commercial use and everything photos. And I found one of these really beautiful, colorful, kind of rainbow hot air balloons. And I was just inspired by them and I started painting, and then I kind of left it like this. I made this with watercolor, but I honestly don't remember which ones because I don't know where the footage is for this. So again, really sorry. Um, and then I decided I wanted to finish it. I already made, I think, a couple of pages after that, and it felt really unfinished, but I was kind of over the whole hot air balloon because I'm very fickle like that. So I decided to add a face. I'm kind of into faces lately. And I started with some watercolor pencils. You see, I just pulled out a few things. I felt like, first I need to start with kind of defining whatever it is that I'm adding to this. And for that, I needed something a little bit more, that can give me some detail. So I decided to make a face there and kind of use those hot air balloons like some sort of, I don't know, a weird, like, I want to say embellishment, but like accessory or something. That, like instead of a flower that you would put in your hair, this poor woman put these two balloons on her face. And yeah, so because I already had some color on my background, and I really don't like to mess around with acrylic paint lately, just because it gets messy, I decided to pull out my gouache palette. And gouache are basically, for the most part, they are opaque watercolors, but I have to say that it's not all completely accurate because some gouache paints are more transparent and some watercolors are more opaque. So I don't know, I guess, but this medium tends to be used in a more opaque way. So I think the techniques would be more similar to acrylic paint, but the qualities of the paint are similar to watercolor because you can reactivate it. So that's one of the reasons that I love it. And I have my palette there and I don't have to squeeze any paint. I don't have to worry about ruining my brushes because this is all, just washes away with water, and I can use my nice watercolor brushes. So those are my reasons for using gouache. And at first I was gonna do two faces, but the one at the top was getting a bit too dark and looking a little bit scary, so at some point I just gave up on that and focused on the large face at the bottom. And yeah, and then I decided to go in a little bit with the Stabilo pencil, and in this time I'm using the black one, and you can see it gets really intense if you wet it. So that really kind of activates the pigment in the pencil. And you can also just dip it in water, the pencil, and then you get also those thicker black lines. It's really fun. It's one of those very handy and fun to use pencils if you do a lot of watercolors. I'm really enjoying both of these, the black one and the graphite one. So again, I'm working pretty fast. I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying all this sketchy look and freedom, and just working in this pace. I don't think a lot, I just do. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So I'm mostly working on the face, adding some details, but I also try to, if I put my paints somewhere on the page, I try to put them somewhere else. If I add something in pencil in one area, I try to use the same pencil in a different area. And that just makes the whole spread look more unified, more cohesive, more intentional, because otherwise it would be, I think, a little bit of an imbalance when you have all these different pencils and colors and everything in one area, and then the other is kind of, I would say, maybe too simple without the detail. Now, you don't want to get very detailed everywhere, or at least I don't. I like to have the details around the face and then the rest to be more loose. But I do think it adds if you just, just jump around the page and add some bits and pieces, like a few lines or dots or whatever, from each tool that you bring in, or each medium that you bring in, if it's a pencil or a new paint or something like that. And you'll see how I do that. I start adding colors also around, even though there is quite a lot going on the page as it is. But I also find this to really, it's very me, this messy style that is colorful and busy. It's me. I look at this and I feel happy. It comes easily to me to make this. I don't feel like I'm trying to be someone else, or I'm trying to create something pretty that I saw somewhere. It's starting to feel more authentic. And, even though I want to learn, and I'm thinking about taking Jane Davenport's Beautiful Faces class, because I really feel like I need a little bit more guidance on the details in the face. And because I'm starting to feel more comfortable with painting them, I also feel like I want to have some more tools and knowledge to make them look better. So I'm thinking about taking that class of hers, and we'll see. Right now I have a few things going on, but maybe in August or at the end of the month I'll do that. If you have taken the class, I have the book, and the book is gorgeous, but I really think I would benefit from watching the videos in her class. It's very pricey, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, if you've taken that class, then please let me know what you think about it. And if you don't want to write it, in the comments section, then you can always send me a private message. Or we can chat about it in my Facebook group with Tanya Hubbard. If you don't know, we have a Facebook group, and it's a lot of fun. And we chat about all things scrappy and crafty and fantasy, crafty shopping and all those things. So I'm just trying to add some of the, the colors that are going on in those hot air balloons or whatever I have there, these bubbles, colorful bubbles, and also on the left side, that stripy thing I have going on. I'm trying to add it also a bit more to the face, so that it looks like it belongs more in the page. And then I decided to just add some layers in my colorful balloon thingies. And it's no big deal that I don't remember which colors I used. I go with the flow, and I try to match them as best I can. It's all good. And yeah, what can I say? I just had so much fun making this one, and then I think my previous art journal spread that had the pink neon background to start with. Both of these were just such a pleasure to make. I just had the best time. So this one here is, I'm working in my Stillman and Burn A4 hardcover beta series sketchbook, and this has extra heavy, it's 270 grams I think paper, and it's also cold press, so it has a little bit of texture, and it's definitely my favorite paper in all their series. The smooth one is too smooth for me, and I think watercolors and the type of media that I use looks a lot better on the beta paper that is more textured. And then I think the Alpha series has the same texture of paper, but it's thinner. And I think still the beta one is my favorite. Yeah. So now it's time to add some sketchy lines with paper, with some pencils, and I'm mostly using my Holbein colored pencils that my lovely friend in Japan sent me. Hi Megan, and thank you Megan. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry to say that I'm not sure where you can get these, the Holbein pencils, coloring pencils, but also, you know, Prismacolors have a fantastic range of colors. I love them too. And also Faber-Castell, their polychromos, I think they're called. They're also lovely. I really love the colors in the Holbein pastel and neon range. And that's what I used here. And then, you know, those coloring pencils in the really vibrant colors, they are like magic when you add watercolor on top of them, because they resist it and you get some really nice texture and effects. You will see that better in the close-ups. So this is me just adding some, I don't know, patterns, I guess, lines, whatever. And you see if I'm adding it in one place, I add it in a second place and probably in a third place too. So that's it. I felt like there was enough going on here. I think you would agree. The absolute must detail at the end is using my white paint pen. This is a Posca pen. It's fantastic. This one is the fine tip. It's kind of like a bullet tip, and hopefully I'll remember to link you to it. From all my white pens and markers, this one is the last one standing, so I think I'll just get a bunch of these. I have, I think, my Sharpie ones and then my Uniball Signo pen. They all died on me rather fast, I would say, after purchasing them. This Posca paint pen I've had for ages and it's still going strong, so I'm thinking this is my choice. Maybe I'll try again the Signo pen, because I really like also having a pen and not just a marker. But yeah, this one, the Posca one, is really well. Oh, there's actually also a Posca extra fine tip, so maybe I'll try that. Maybe I'll try that one. And that's it. Here are some close-up shots of this fun mess. Again, I had such a great time making this. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you feel inspired to just, you know, make a mess in your art journal. Go for it. Have no fear. It's just paper. And I hope to see you in my Facebook group. It's a lot of fun there. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.